People, what's going on? We got the National Guard in Los Angeles. Not just the National Guard, it's the Marines, it's 700 Marines and 4,000 National Guard soldiers. So 4,700 total. Donald Trump has sent them over there to deal with the situation with the immigrants over there. ISIS trying to deport, and you got people protesting. And so he's saying he sent the National Guard over to protect them for their operations and getting immigrants out of Los Angeles. And who knows where else the National Guard is going next. I was informed that the Chicago Police Department for June 14th and June 15th doing 12-hour shifts. They've canceled any off days that any officers have. And I don't know if this is a result of what's going on here, if they think it can happen in Chicago. Because I don't think it's for Father's Day for Chicago Police Department to say no off days. They cancel for June 14th and June 15th, and they have officers doing 12-hour shifts. So I'm going to read a little bit more of the article in terms of what Trump is doing. I'm on the Washington Post website, so I'm going to read a little bit more to give you some more information. So again, it's going to cost $134 million for 60 days of operations. That's 2 months. I don't know how long they're going to be there, but that's how much they say it'll cost, according to this article. And it was intended to protect, like I said, immigration and customs information enforcement agents during their operations. But they've been dealing with protesters and law enforcement in downtown Los Angeles. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, I'm saying his name, the last name incorrectly, I think. He said at the same hearing that's why they're there, to protect ICE. California Governor Gavin Newsom said he was sending 800 additional state and local law enforcement officers to the region because they have LA protests going on, and it appeared to get quiet overnight Monday, but demonstrations have started growing in San Francisco, Austin, New York, and elsewhere. And that's why I'm thinking what Chicago police are getting ready for Saturday, Sunday, June 14, June 15, possibly. So let's keep going. So police have made arrests in San Francisco after overwhelmingly peaceful protests. Military response in LA, like I said, estimated to cost $134 million for 60 days. 700 Marines have been deployed to Los Angeles. Trump is mobilizing 2,000 more National Guard troops. So now there's going to be 6,000 since he's going to be sending more. So these are just some key updates from the Washington Post. Now let's see what else is going on. So here's the latest update from 5 minutes ago as I'm reading. Protests in the area have quieted over Monday, like I said, and you got other demonstrations popping up around the country: Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Austin, Texas, San Francisco, California. And let's see here. And like there's a hearing going on about how much the cost is going to be. They're going to be discussing that. So the defense secretary, he's got a hearing with the defense subcommittee of the House Appropriations Committee on the cost of sending the Marines to the protest. Costs a lot of money to send them over there, and they're defending, the deployment as something necessary to protect the ICE agents. And a Pentagon official told the subcommittee the military response in LA is expected to cost, that big number, like I said, $134 million. President Trump is expected to give remarks at Fort Bragg in North Carolina at 3 p.m. Central Time today being June 10th. And let's see here. President Trump warned that any protests that break out across the country in response to immigration raids will be met with equal or greater force than his administration's response in Los Angeles. So he's threatening to come down harder if more people protest ICE deporting people in any other cities. LA is just the beginning. He's coming much harder for punishment if he sees you, me, or anyone else trying to stop ICE from deporting immigrants, illegal immigrants. So he said, if we didn't attack this one very strongly, you'd have them all over the country. But I can inform the rest of the country, this comes from Donald, that when they do it, if they do it, they're going to be met with equal or greater force than what's been done in Los Angeles. So this is a warning to anyone else who wants to protest later this week. The president is coming down with a harsher punishment than what happened in Los Angeles. So basically, this whole National Guard thing is in response to people just not liking what ICE is doing. You still got people who want illegals to stay here. So when ICE comes in and does their deportations, you know, people are being met with they're being met with pushback. I've also seen some immigrants that are actually still here in Chicago. I've heard on 87th and Dan Ryan, for anybody that's local to the area, that they hang out at the Home Depot. So, you know, you still have some illegals here and there in Chicago. I had also read on an article where the Chicago Police Department denied any involvement in helping ICE. They've denied that because the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, they're against ICE and everything that Trump is doing. So he does not want the Chicago Police Department helping with any type of ICE agents and deporting people. And Chicago police have said they've denied actually helping ICE. So this is what this whole National Guard fiasco is about. I don't know how you all feel about it, about the illegals. Are you in one of the cities I mentioned where this is going on, or possibly could go on? You know, it's a really big deal. You know, as much money that it's costing, and to send a National Guard in to these places to help ICE. So, you know, that's big. And some people who I've heard talk out against it are saying, well, this is a way, because there's always that fear of martial law, and where you have the National Guard in there and you have a curfew and things like that. It's people feeling that this could be a way to usher in martial law, having the National Guard come in and try and regulate things. That's yet to be seen. But, you know, Trump is really adamant about getting illegals out of this country. And now you're seeing this pushback with people as ICE comes around to try and take illegals out and send them back to, you know, whatever country, Mexico, etc. But you have a lot of United States citizens who are not with that, and they are fighting to keep the illegals here. They're making the job for ICE a lot harder than it needs to be. So everybody has a lot of mixed feelings on this in terms of, you know, what's going on with the immigrants. So do you all agree with Trump sending the National Guard to Los Angeles to help ICE out? Or do you all think all of the immigrants need to get out of the United States right now, and that Trump is doing everything that he needs to do and what he has to do to get them out? Or do you all feel they should be able to stay in the country and give a fair chance at, I guess, trying to make a living here? You know, what do you guys think on it? So I just heard a lot about what's been going on. A lot of people talking about LA and unrest and National Guard. So I just had to look it up and put in a video giving you guys a little bit of an update. That's the latest from the WashingtonPost.com about what's going on with the National Guard and the cost that some people don't like, $134 million. So that is a big price tag. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments about ICE, the unrest, protests with people, Trump threatening to come down harder if he sees other people in other cities trying to stop ICE from deporting illegals. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Are you for it? Are you against it? Send any videos you want me to discuss or videos you want me to review, any topics, to my YouTube email. That's cregier.mj@gmail.com. That's CREGIER.mj@gmail.com. It'll also be down in the description of the video. And man, again, crazy times that we're in, as always, with all the news that's going on. Diddy trying to get a mistrial, which I think will be denied. And, you know, this is the latest thing here with the National Guard being sent to Los Angeles. It's crazy. So like, share, and subscribe to the video. And my channel is Facts of Feelings. Type that in the YouTube search, all one word, no spaces, just Facts of Feelings. And my channel comes right up when you search for it. And I guess what a time to be alive, right? The protests are crazy. We'll see if anything happens in Chicago. Like I told y'all before, Chicago Police Department has had off days canceled for June 14th and June 15th. And they're doing 12-hour shifts, so it's an extended shift. And I don't think it's because of Father's Day. I'm thinking it's tied to this. I'll probably find out a little bit more about that. I'm out.